After the battles of Lexington and Concord, two armies faced one another in Boston, the Army of New England and the British Army. The New England militia had surrounded Boston, and the British Army occupied it. Neither side had occupied Dorchester Heights or Bunker Hill, which had clear strategic importance. In early June, General Gage ordered the occupation of the Heights beginning June 16th. Word of Gage's plans reached the colonists, and they decided to act first. On the evening of June 16th, Colonel William Prescott, on orders of General Artemas Ward, led 2 Massachusetts regiments and his own artillery company, plus a large work detail headed out of Cambridge and occupied Bunker Hill. There they decided to dig in and fortify Breed Hill. Through the night, the American troops worked to create a fortified position. With first light, the British ships at anchor in the harbor noticed the American forces on the hills and began firing. General Gage ordered an attack on the American forces. The attack was led by General Howe with a force of 2,200 men. They embarked on 28 large barges, a formidable force of redcoats. They landed unopposed on Moulton's Point. Howe had a complicated plan for a 2-pronged attack. The plan complexity and disregard for the capabilities of the Americans were its undoing. Held their fire until the British were within 50 feet. Then they opened fire on the thick column of British soldiers before them. A British officer described it. Light infantry were served up in companies and were devoured by musket fire. The British attack broke. Meanwhile, the attack above on the railed fence by the Grenadiers ran into similar trouble. Once again the Americans held their fire until the British were close by. 2 attacks of the Grenadiers were successfully turned back. However, the Americans were soon running out of ammunition. On the 3rd attack, the British succeeded in overrunning the redoubt. Most of the Americans succeeded in withdrawing. 30 were caught in the redoubt and killed by the British. The Americans were forced to withdraw.